What's up, YouTube bots community? It's boy Mr. Universal Sports, and I just want to say this: for major fights like Pacquiao versus Bradley 2, Mayweather, and all majority of the fights, I like to sit back and relax and watch the fight 2, 3 times. That's why I didn't make a video last night. Besides the fact that I was at work, so I didn't get a chance to watch the fight. But thank God for DVR. Now, here we go. When I first watched the fight, I scored the fight 115 to 113, Pacquiao. And if you notice, I commented on a lot of people's pages that night. And also, I watched it again, scored it the same, 115. Sorry about that, folks. iPhone got a message on Kick from one of the homies. 115, 113. So it was pretty even. And the last time in the first fight, as you guys all know if you've been following me, I scored this fight 8 rounds to 4 for Manny Pacquiao. I thought Pacquiao won the first fight, and I watched that fight, one with the HBO commentary, 8 rounds to 4. Another in the last 2 without the HBO commentary. But you know how that usually goes is that I didn't let the HBO commentary affect me this time. So, I learned over the years to block them out, especially Lampley damn near having an orgasm every time Pacquiao does something. But anyway, let's get right into it. I thought this fight between Pacquiao versus Bradley 2 was a lot closer. I thought Pacquiao versus Bradley 2 was a lot closer this time. And even though Pacquiao won it in my card 115 and 113, they got the decision right because I really think Pacquiao won. Now here's what I think what Pacquiao did right. In the first round, I think he slowed down to see what Bradley was going to do different. Once he figured out what Pacquiao was going to do, he opened up a little bit more in the second round. And I always based Pacquiao's performances off the Marquez fight, the one he got knocked out. Remember, before the knockout, Pacquiao was looking pretty good. I had Pacquiao actually up by 1 point. I think 48 to 47 before the devastating knockout in the 6th round. But Pacquiao's been moving around more, and also during that fight with Marquez, he moved his head. Obviously, I didn't see no head movement in this fight with Bradley, maybe because he didn't fear Bradley's power, but in the 4th round, Bradley did land that big left. Man, everybody hit me up. Bradley did land that big right hand in the 4th round that snapped Pacquiao back, and Pacquiao went back to conservative mode. Also, he hurt Bradley with a big shot that knocked Bradley backwards in the 8th round. So, also, with that being said, that's what I liked about Pacquiao. He fought a little more cautiously. The killer instinct thing has you fight better competition of fighters. Your knockouts are going to go down. I mean, he hasn't had a knockout since the Cotto fight, and that was a TKO. But I'm turning my phone down. This is messing me up. But that's how it happens. We fight better guys. Claudio has a chin. Margarito, which is so much bigger than him. Mosley he knocked down, but he didn't finish because when has Mosley ever been knocked out? And let's not count that Mundine fight. Marquez he's knocked down, but he was never able to knock out Marquez and finish him. So as you fight more quality guys, your knockouts are going to go down. So I don't think Pacquiao's killer instinct's going. Maybe he's gone a little soft as he gained more money, and that's what happens when you get success. You work less hard. It takes a very rare person to keep that intensity going as you become successful. And what I didn't like about Pacquiao, the only thing I really didn't like about him in this fight was he doesn't go to the body. And I really think if Pacquiao were to have a body attack or to go on with a head attack, he would be a more complete fighter. But And Pacquiao did a good job of avoiding Bradley's shots too for the majority of the fight, and I think that's what Pacquiao did good. Now let's go on to Timothy Bradley. Here's what I liked about him. Earlier in the fight from rounds in the first half of the fight 1 through 6, he did good in my opinion. He was using the ring, using his boxing ability, but I think the problem with Bradley is that he fought a dumb fight, and he kept on saying that. And earlier, we all thought maybe Bradley just woofing us and said, "I'm going for the knockout. I'm going for the knockout." And he don't listen to his corner, obviously. And Bradley's never been a knockout puncher in the first place, so you're not going to knock out Manny Pacquiao or any elite fighter, And you haven't knocked out any elite fighters. I think the last elite fighter that Bradley knocked out, and this is a faded Joel Casamayor. And you can't really count that. He didn't knock out Alexander. He didn't knock out Kendall Holt. I mean, Bradley may look big and strong and all those ripped muscles and stuff, but he doesn't. Power wasn't one thing he was blessed with. And Bradley should have fought like he did in the Marquez fight, when he just used movement, used boxing ability. If he would have fought that fight, I really think Bradley would have won. But I'm going to go on record again saying that I had Pacquiao winning the first fight and this fight also, even though I think this fight was a lot closer. And he also, another thing I liked about Bradley was that he was using his upper movement, trying to, do his best Pernell Whitaker impersonation, which he did good. Made Pacquiao miss lots of times and made him work harder than usual. And I'd say after the second fight, I started to notice this in the second round. Bradley, he started swinging too wide and losing balance. Like, he was losing footing and with trying to knock out Pacquiao, and I think that's what messed him up. And he felt sloppy at times and let his emotions get the best of him. I mean, Mayweather. I'm using Floyd for example. Floyd Mayweather, remember when he fought Judah, that whole melee between Judah's dad and Roger Mayweather. Floyd didn't jump into that circle. He just backed in the corner, let them go at it. He kept composed at all times. Whereas I think Bradley is a little bit more emotional and doesn't keep himself composed. He's always trying to prove himself to people, and he should have just fought his fight. That leads me to another point. He kept on trying to knock out Pacquiao, and he fought a dumb fight. You're not a knockout puncher. You're just a fighter that can just use who can counter and has very good speed. He should have just used that to Pacquiao. If he would have fought the way he did with Marquez, he would have won. And I'm keep on babbling. Now, what I like to see Pacquiao fight again. Obviously, we're hearing the winner between the the Mike Alvarado versus Juan Manuel Marquez. I do not want to see that crap. If Pacquiao and Marquez were to fight again for the 5th time or the 28th time or whatever, boycott that fight. Don't even stream it. Just pretend like that fight don't exist. Just go about your weekend that day. That's gonna be very hard for me because I'm a fight fan. I like seeing fights. Same thing if Mayweather were to get past Maidana and he tries to fight Khan, I would boycott that fight. I wouldn't even watch it. Now, I want to see Pacquiao fight Ruslan Provodnikov. That would be a good one. If he does, obviously, we want to see him fight Mayweather. Hopefully, I keep hearing that they're going to try to make a fight in September. That's what I heard earlier in the year. Maybe that's what I heard from Tito Garcia. Check him out. Check his channel out, by the way. I think it's a good channel. Now, Bradley, who I want to see him fight again. Obviously, Bradley's still a very good fighter. I know people are down on Bradley right now because obviously we all thought we were hoping Bradley would win. Some of us are hoping Bradley will win so that way he can fight, maybe get a Mayweather fight or but Bradley still has plenty of options. He can fight Provodnikov. Marquez is always begging for a fight again. I wouldn't fight Marquez again. He could fight hopefully if this Cold War ends, he could fight his mandatory, it was his mandatory. He could fight a Keith Thurman. He could fight a Jesse Vargas. I don't know. There's not that many options for Bradley since he's re-signed with Top Rank to get the rematch with Pacquiao in the first place. Tell me what you guys think about the fight. Oh yeah. I read this morning that Canelo Alvarez, I'm going to switch gears here to talk about Canelo. Canelo Alvarez and Lara about to fight. It looks like Erislandy de Lara was able to get out of his fight with Ishe Smith, because I think that fight would have been too dangerous going in 8 weeks prior, 10 weeks prior, then he got to fight Canelo. He should just, get relaxed, prepare for Canelo, and that fight would be really good on July 12th. Anyway, this is your boy Mr. Universal Sports, and I'm out. Peace. Have a nice night.